Competitive Halo Infinite is in a very interesting spot. Heading into 2025, we have a pressure cooker of new dramas, alliances, and betrayals, breathing a new life into the competitive scene. So let's jump right in and find out why 2025 is set to be the most exciting year of Halo ever. Well, at least so far. Coming in at number 5, we've got the new Optic versus the new FaZe, which of course involves Formal versus his old teammates Trippy and Penguin. For most players in the HCS, finishing second so consistently could be seen as a success, but not Optic Formal. This guy is seen as arguably the greatest FPS player of all time, so after the disappointment of finishing second 6 times in a row and not capturing a single tournament win, Formal became ruthless and dropped his entire squad, who he felt costed him a 3rd championship ring. This action set into motion perhaps the wildest roster mania we've ever seen in Halo, breaking up long-lasting dynasties and causing even the best of friends to betray one another. Basically, without Formal's ruthlessness, this top 5 wouldn't even exist, so thanks bro. Formal believed he deserved to be playing with only the best, so it was simple: get this man his God Squad or Formal was leaving Halo forever, and thus the God Squad was formed. Formal, Renegade, Legend, Bound, a team full of world champions and arguably 4 of the best 5 players in the world. Not bad. On the other side of this Halo coin is Trippy and Penguin, players who Formal deemed to be not good enough. They had run their course on Optic and were thrown aside. Trippy and Penguin feel like they've been unfairly treated, so they joined their bitter rivals, FaZe. They teamed up with Suppressed and Falcated. They're a dangerous team with plenty of firepower. But is it enough to win a chip? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Heated words are sure to be exchanged throughout the year, as this FaZe roster looks to prove all the doubters of their talent wrong, and perhaps, more importantly, get revenge on Optic Formal. At number 4, we're looking at the young guns of the league ready to make a statement. The obvious 2 standouts right now are Last Shot and Cycle of Shopify Rebellion. These 2 talents have joined up with 2 Halo legends in Frosty and Royal 2. Shopify's approach of bringing 2 talents and 2 seasoned vets together looks like it's paying off so far, with them consistently beating every other team other than Optic in practice scrims and pre-season tournaments. But they're refusing to scrim Optic? Who knows why? There are people who have their doubts. Can they really win with kids on LAN? Are they ready to take on the God Squad? We'll have to wait and see. Optic Legend also had his breakout MVP season last year, and he's far away from achieving UNC status, so I'm sure he's motivated to show the likes of Last Shot and Cycle that he's still the most talented talent on the scene. And coming in at number 3, we have the Space Station Gaming split. Bound and Legend leaving their Space Station teammates Eco and Stella to join Optic. If we rewind to 2024, Space Station Gaming, they ran the scene in Halo Infinite. They won every tournament bar 1. So everyone thought they were the world champions, they were unstoppable, they'd be sticking together. Then out of nowhere, boom, Formal has all his drama with his teammates, and Bound and Legend see an opportunity and join the Optic God Squad. Was it the right decision to leave their former teammates who they became world champions with for the Optic God Squad? Well, a lot of people think it is, because it's probably one of the most stacked, talent-wise rosters we've ever seen in Halo. And to be honest, if they don't win basically every tournament, a lot of people will see it as a big disappointment. But on the other side, of course, is Eco and Stella, who feel like they've been betrayed by their teammates. They feel like they've carried them, to become world champions, and they've left them at the first opportunity. So they'll want revenge. They've picked up Snakebite and Lucid, who are 2 absolute veterans. However, so far it is looking like this team is struggling to keep up with the pace of the other top teams. They don't have that same sort of cracked out ability players that Optic and Rebellion have, so it will be interesting to see how they develop throughout the year. Number 2, we have the split of the Golden Trio. Royal 2 and Frosty versus Snakebite. These three are Halo royalty, together for over 10 years and the longest running trio in the game. They truly built a legacy that defined Halo. Teammates? Nah, they were brothers. Then 2025 rolled in and it fell apart. Royal 2 and Frosty walked away, leaving Snakebite behind after a decade of blood, sweat and tears. Why? Well, I guess because they only won one tournament. It's enough amateurs, but these guys aren't amateurs. Royal 2 and Frosty are chasing a new spark, teaming with the new blood, Last Shot and Cycle, as previously mentioned, to prove they've still got it. And Snakebite, he's doubling down and teaming with the other vets, Lucid, Eco and Stella. And when they face off in 2025, it's personal. No one knows their weaknesses better than they do. So, will Royal 2 and Frosty rewrite their story without him? Or will Snakebite bury his old brothers and take the crown solo? This is Halo's ultimate breakup, and it's gonna hit hard. This isn't just a roster change, it's a betrayal that cuts deep, a decade of trust shattered. So, here it is, you've made it to the number one spot. So of course, coming in at number one, maybe even a little ironically, is Formal versus Lucid. Optic versus Space Station once again. For 3 seasons, Formal and Lucid teamed together to varying levels of success. They went from world champions in their first year to finish in second places 6 times in a row in their final year. So it's fair to say these guys have been through it together. Tensions really began to rise throughout the year, but World Champs was the final straw. After that second place finish, Formal refused to even speak to Lucid and quickly made plans to form his dream squad. Before Lucid even knew it, he was kicked from Optic. Formal blamed Lucid, but Lucid? Well, he blamed Formal, of course. Was Lucid just not that clutch guy when it mattered most? Or was Formal's dip and Valorant addiction the reason for Optic's demise? Well, that's something only they will truly know. So far, this year, it's looking like Formal's ruthlessness is already starting to pay off, with them achieving first place at the first minor tournament of the season, whilst Lucid's team, they could only manage a 4th place. However, this is just online, and as we all know, the real competition is at LAN tournaments, where Formal and Lucid can come face to face and tell each other exactly what they think of each other. So guys, there you have it, the top 5 heated narratives heading into the 2025 season. I honestly think this will be the best competitive year of Halo Infinite ever. Right now, it's looking like Optic and Space Station are going to be the 2 dominant teams throughout the year, but there's plenty of talent on other teams that can really shake things up. Hopefully this year can get more and more people invested into Halo and create some real hype heading into the tournaments this year and beyond. Halo should really be one of the top video games and esports in the world, and it can be if 343 stops pushing things like International Black Disabled Women's Day and starts focusing on making their games the best they can possibly be. So yeah, that's all from me today. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with any of my opinions. Feel free to show some support or hate, in the comments. Halo is rooted in some trash talk, so go crazy and tell me how you really feel.